Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Although I think you're all ladies on that side because Tito didn't get in yet. But good morning. My name is Albert Clark. I'm over in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I want to show you a program today that I've been working on for about 21 years. And you'd say, well, what do you mean 21 years? How hard can it be to design a program? So 21 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and I've been stuck in this business ever since. And recently, we were picked by Exit Realty to become the premier partner and be their go-to email marketing provider inside of your intranet. So we all know real estate's a numbers game. And Debbie, you know Judy Rothermel, and she's been on our platform, I think, for 3 or 4 years, loves the program, gives all sorts of testimonials. And I think that's what we all agree on this call today is that we've got to help the agents improve their numbers. So when I sit down in front of a bunch of agents and I say, why can't you do the best possible job of staying in touch? This is what they say. I don't have a system. I need help. I don't know what good content is. I don't have the technology. So we wrap all this up into what we call HomeActions. And we have about 5,000 agents all over the country. And we're rolling through New Jersey right now, as well as the Southeast section from Texas over to Florida up to Georgia. So what we find out when working with these agents to help them do the best possible job of staying in touch is we ask them, where's your database? And they come back and they say, well, I really don't have a database, but I have data in about 8 or 9 different places. So that's not a database. So what we do is on day one, when we're working with agents, is we go into all these locations and others, anywhere you have email addresses, we export them, clean them up, and then hand them to you so you could delete and take anybody out you want. So again, the idea is get organized first, but the first thing you need to do is get a database. So we'll spend some time later on talking about the database. So every 2 weeks after we load your database, and then once your database comes into our system, it'll be exclusive to you. We'll tell you about that later on. But what we're going to do is every 2 weeks, deliver a highly branded newsletter with 8 or 9 articles in it. You don't have to do anything. It's all done for you. So we do the creative, we do the customization, the graphics, the sending, the hand holding, the reporting, everything gets done in one controlled atmosphere called your dashboard. All your tools are in there. We'll take you there later on. So what we have is a system that delivers content that we consider to be either hyper local or actionable. And that means I can learn something by opening up these articles. Okay. Now you'll notice on Judy's article, down the bottom there, the second article, what's sold down the street, winning for how much? That's our most widely clicked article. If there's one thing you can learn from me today, it's that everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. So Donna, do you have RPR, Realtors Property Resource? Do you know what it is?
I do have it. I'm fairly new, so
Okay.
I've never used it before. So.
We're going to use it for you.
Okay.
Because you have access to all this great information and market reports. You just don't know how to pull it, freshen it up, and deliver it. That's what we do. So see those zip codes in the middle of the screen there? They would be your 8 or 10 zip codes where you want to be an expert. We'll go into RPR, export those reports for you, put them right on the newsletter, and we'll tell you when somebody opens them up. We have what we call predictive metrics around here also, which is the ability to deliver content and let the agent know when somebody opens it up. So Donna, you'll be able to see when somebody clicks on that sold sign because we told them to. And when they click on their sold sign, up is going to come, guess what? Everything that's sold from last night going back about 3 months. Okay, and all this is tracked, all the reporting is done inside of your control panel. Here's another service we offered about 2 or 3 months ago. Many, excuse me, real estate professionals want to do the best possible job of, creating good public relations, right, with everybody in the community. Well, what we ask the agent to do now is every 2 weeks, send us 5 or 10 small businesses that you know of. We'll put them right on the newsletter. And when they click and open it up, not only will you find out who's clicking and sharing, et cetera, but you're going to be creating a lot of public relations here because everybody wants to help small businesses recover from the pandemic. So here we are doing a free, if you will, free, that we don't charge for this content. We don't charge any extra for anything I'm going to show you beyond the regular fee. So Exit of Green Team, they come to us and they say, here's 10 small businesses. Let's build a directory and let's grow that directory and let's promote it in every newsletter. because this newsletter goes out to about 3,800 consumers in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, and they know who these 3,800 are because everything is tracked. When we say that we're going to show you we're going to portray you as an advocate, this is exactly what we mean. Consumers need help managing what they have now. And to portray you as an advocate, you're going to be watching out for everything that's going on in the home. Okay, the first thing we do is we link you up. We have a live link with the Consumer Product Safety Commission, where when you click that article on the bottom there, up will come up all the dangerous products that have been recalled from this morning, going back a month and a half. Over on the right, IRS warns of new scams. Okay, we're always tracking all these scams and educating your readers on what's the latest in scams and what you should watch out for. Simple things like that that agents just don't have time to do. We do it for you. Now, again, when I mention this situation called predictive articles and predictive metrics, this is what we mean. I would simply ask you, wouldn't you want to talk to 10 people that are looking for down payment money? Well, yeah, you probably would. Well, as soon as somebody clicks on this true or false article, you're going to get a text and an email letting you know who's engaging with your content. Here's another one. 7 out of 10 homeowning families that you know right now have no idea how much equity they have in their home. They're not going to put their house on the market until somebody gives them that magic number. We don't want it to be Zillow. We want it to be you, and they get stuck inside of your newsletter, and they do all this research inside of your newsletter, not behind your back on Zillow. Okay, so it starts out as a newsletter, ends up as a great conversation starter and a lead generation tool. So we want you to get engaged with these people once they open up these documents. And I'm telling you, it's about a 30-second lag time when somebody opens this up, and then you get alerted as to who that was. When I mentioned before email exclusivity, this is one of our defining features. We don't want your clients, prospects, and friends getting HomeActions from anybody else but you. Simple equation right there. Because email addresses, once we put them in our system under your database, they become exclusive to you. Nobody else can add or delete, or nobody else can get a hold of the contacts that you have that are locked up in your database. Okay, so this is what we call email exclusivity. So all these cool things I've shown you so far and will be showing you shortly, they could only get from you because you had that first mover advantage. And what I was explaining to Don a little while ago was our ability to stop marketing inside of Weichert to make sure that we can give the Exit New Jersey agents a shot at getting that database built, getting their contacts in, getting them held as protected. Okay, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. Social media. If anybody's looking for great content for social media, you'll never run out of what we have in the HomeActions system. We have over 1,400 articles now that could be easily shared. Your whole newsletter can be shared on social media or individual articles, okay? And we have all those stats when that stuff gets done. So we've got a great social media game plan built right into the system. In fact, here's how one of them would look. Little description at the top of what you're going to get. Click on the sold sign. Boom, what comes up? All the houses that sold when they click their zip code. Okay, so we're going to be able to show you how do you get hyper local, right? And today the consumer wants information that helps them manage what they have now, and they want to know what's going on with the market, even though they may not be buying or selling now. They need to be up on the market, and you do that. We do that for you. After your newsletter is launched, there's a whole slew of metric reports that are going to show you where the opportunities are. On the left-hand side, that middle arrow there, you'll see 28 people wanted to know what's sold down the street. Well, I can honestly tell you that about 9 or 10 of those are actively researching for a buy-sell opportunity in front of you, not behind your back. So this is how we build allegiance with your readers, okay? Every time we send information out through your newsletter every 2 weeks, remember, this is every 2 weeks, not once a month. Every time we send it out every 2 weeks, you're going to have a certain segment of your database that opens up everything we send them. Why? Because we help them create an allegiance with you and your information stream, okay? And we can track all that. We know who your heavy hitters are. We know what they're clicking on and sharing, okay? So there's all sorts of mechanics in the back end here to show you exactly what's going on and where this, intelligence is coming from your database. So what we have is the ability also to generate referral business, right? We all know that referral business makes up about 20 to 30% of everything we have when it comes to new business. So what we do for you is we actually, at the end of every article, when somebody reads the article, if you look down here to the fourth box, you can see where we ask them, do you know somebody thinking about buying or selling a home? And what I'm going to tell you is in the first month of using our service, that means 2 newsletters on the street, you'll be able to get some referral business out of this. It won't be, closed referral business, but you're going to get some leads on people that, frankly, are recommending you to their friends and neighbors down the street. Okay, so it's very important to grab all the referral business you can. Now, I mentioned this before, our ability to stop marketing in Weichert so that any Exit Realty office in New Jersey that wants to work with us, showing the agents how this works, setting up Zooms, whatever it is, as long as we're doing some of that in New Jersey, we'll stop marketing to Weichert, okay? And this, sort of got some of my sales reps up at a dander because they're like, well, what's wrong? We're doing pretty good at Weichert. Well, I promised Shana that we would give you guys a chance to get this database in, built, and protected. And that's what we're going to do. Because if the Weichert agents get this, let's say in 6 months, we start marketing to them again, all those email addresses, thousands and thousands of email addresses will be locked up for the Exit agent. Now, we all know your biggest competitor coming down the road in the next few years is going to be Zillow, right? And what they say is, come to Zillow, we've got all the information. You don't have to worry about realtors and paying those high commissions. So these are the reasons why people run to Zillow and never come back to your website. We've seen the research, we've looked at the research, and we agree. So what we did was, seeing that you're never going to be able to compete with Zillow, we've got this thing called the Neighborhood 360, which is the coolest widget you're ever going to see. And a widget is built right into the newsletter, and it allows your readers to pull up information on 150 million street addresses. There aren't any more street addresses than that in the country. And we know everything about what's going on behind that door. And it's a neighborhood snapshot within 3 or 4 miles of every address in the country. I'll show you what we mean. Let's just assume that your reader's looking at one of your listings and your listing is 59 Hillock Woods. All they have to do anywhere on their phone, iPhone, or desktop, whatever, type in 59 Hillock Woods into this widget. Boom, what's going to open up is a PDF, about a 10 or 12 page PDF on everything that's going on near that street number, that street address, and the neighborhood around it. Over on the right, we've got recent sales nearby. Now, these aren't comps, these are just recent sales. Rent versus own, tax information, cost of living information, income levels in the neighborhood. What about the schools? How the schools, how the schools doing? Will my son go to that school? We don't say that. We don't tell them which school they're going to go to. We just tell them where the schools are, and they can click those blue buttons, okay? And then they always want to know, what's the neighborhood like? They're asking you these questions all the time. So what we have is this neighborhood snapshot. You'll notice everything has Yelp reviews. And what we're able to do is come up with the fabric or the feeling, the vibe, if you will, in the neighborhood. So we know where to go for happy hour, fine dining. If you have to live by Starbucks, we've got them. We know where they all are in relation to that listing address, right? It could be their grandmother's house in Kansas City. It doesn't matter whether it's their house, a listing that they're looking at, whatever they want to investigate, they're in control. Now, as soon as this report got opened, 30 seconds later, you get another text or an email which says Betty Jane Wilson just clicked on the neighborhood snapshot for 52 Hillock Woods, and here's why she wants the report. You see all that data, that intelligence, because somebody's going to spend a little bit more than 5 minutes in this report. After that, we all know you guys have to be pet-friendly realtors, right? You may not like pets, but you can't say it because half your clients have pets. So we know where all the Petcos are, the PetSmarts. We know where the animal hospitals are. We know where the veterinarian services are in relation to any address in the country. Okay, it's a very, very powerful. Where are we going to go to get our tattoos removed? Where are we going to go to get our toenails done? Workout. If you have to be, if you want to live by a gym, you're going to do some research and find out where all these gyms are. So we wrap all that up into a report that they're going to keep, and they're going to open it again and again because they can just keep searching and searching. Every time they do, you find out about that. Again, we call that intelligence on your database. So at the end of the day, we know what to send, we know when to send it, we know how to send it, okay? We know how to create these conversations started for you, because that's what many realtors need today, is a reason to reach out by email or telephone if you know them, and get that conversation going, because you know what they just read inside of your newsletter. And we know how to lock up that exclusive value. So no matter who gets home actions after you do, you're going to be protected. Those email addresses can only be put in once. We want them put in for an exit agent, not Coldwell Banker, C21, Weichert, Keller Williams. You've got them all, down the street. And that's what we do, and that's what we promise, is to build you an exclusive tool that's going to get you and keep you top of mind with all your clients, prospects, and friends. Now, here's how we pay for the subscription service. There's two ways that you can subscribe to our service, and then we'll get to the questions. There's a monthly payment plan, and there's a quarterly payment plan. The monthly payment plan for everybody else in New Jersey has a $99 setup fee. But for exit in the contract that we wrote with them, as well as working with Shayna, we were able to take that 99 down to $0. So you don't have to pay the $99 setup fee. We're asking you to join for at least 1 month, $60 per month for as many months as you want. You could cancel at any time. There's no contracts. So all that's required is, here, follow my tracking here. There's 3 things you could do at the end of your first month. You can say, I didn't like this, it didn't work, I only found 10 email addresses, just cancel me. Okay, we give you your money back, we give you your database back if we built one for you. Or the second thing you could do is stay at 60 per month and move out, just keep going 60 per month until you get another, big deal coming in, and you might want to move to the quarterly plan. So the quarterly plan really comes down to about $52.35. I'm sorry, $53.35 a month if you do the adding here. But for cash flow, the $60 is better than $160. So what we're asking you to do is come in the first month at $60. That's the only investment you have to get this going. And then we have options, and you're going to have options. You're going to make a decision based on how well this thing is working for you. Because there will be people coming out of the woodwork that said, hey, Ellen, I haven't seen you in a long time. Are you still a realtor? Well, just to have somebody ask that must hurt, right? Because all your friends forget you're a realtor. But if you're going to help them manage their home every 2 weeks with great content that's actionable and hyper local, that's what works. That's what builds allegiance. Okay. And as I mentioned, I'm banking on my experience of doing this for 21 years. Okay, so here is my telephone number, and here is my email address. You could reach out to us, and we'll do another one-on-one for you. If you've got any questions you want to ask offline, please call me at that number there, and we could start, building your database as early as this afternoon. So let's go back to the subscription options again. We're asking you to invest $60 in this program. In the first month, we're going to have 2 newsletters on the street for you. If you don't like the progress, you don't see the buzz, you don't feel it, walk away, give me your money back, because there are no contracts. Okay. And that's what, Exit assisted on, was we don't want any pressure on agents. We don't want you grabbing their credit cards. You don't pay a nickel more than $60 unless I prove to you that this works. Okay, and you could start at the 160 if you want. That's most economical plan out there. But the 60 a month helps you with cash flow, because 60 is better than 160. Okay, let's have some question, please. Donna, you're still on mute, I think. Okay.
My question was the emails that you're saying that are going to be exclusive to us. That is our database of people that we've worked with, people, our customers, our clients, friends, families,
Everybody you have an email address for, Donna. That's what we consider the sphere these days.
Okay. So what happens if these people are already in the system with another realtor that they've worked with in the past?
Great call. If they are, we'll be able to certainly show you who you could not get in your database because they're already in somebody else's database. If they unsubscribe from that database or that agent cancels the program, you'll automatically get them. They'll automatically be put in your dashboard because you're backstop, you're second in command, if you will. Okay. So if you know some of these people, just say, hey, Ellen, next time you get that other newsletter, cancel it, and then she'll get yours on that next trip.
Okay. Now this is
but it hasn't been a big problem. I mean, there's areas in northern New Jersey, Sparta, New Jersey, we don't even sell this anymore. because we have a record office up there that sucked up about 26,000 email addresses.
Mhm.
Okay, so we want to replicate that everywhere in New Jersey, but only for exit. So all the email addresses you get your hands on, we can put on a spreadsheet, bring it into the system, or you can add them one at a time in your control panel.
And this is just newsletters. This isn't like promoting business on all social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
You
LinkedIn.
can
all
put
that stuff.
all your content can easily go on those sources, yes. And we could also add your, what we call my sign up page, which will be an article we'll write for you that goes on Facebook or anywhere else. And it says, here's why you want to join my Home Actions, click here. And when they click there, up will come a form. All we need is first name, last name, and email address. And then boom, they become a member in your database. And you get an email saying you've got a new member.
And that gets posted where? That gets,
Anywhere you want, social media, everything's short coded, okay? And we'll show you, we'll show you exactly how to do it. It's not hard. But you can, do all your social media marketing in under 3-4 minutes a day. And it's good content. It's not chicken pot pie recipes and moving day tips, right? That's what some agents are still sending out. Why? Because they can. Is it smart? No, I know it doesn't work. I've seen all those attempts over the years. So that's why we get it. We cover home ownership more than we cover real estate. All right, next question, please. Debbie, you have any questions? Debbie, you're still on mute, I guess.
No,
Yeah,
we don't
you
have
are.
any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Debbie, do you have any questions?
No, we don't have any questions.
Okay. All right, Donna, do you have any more questions?
nope.
All right, I'll throw my number up there one more time. And where are we going to throw it up here in the back? There we are. Phone number and email address. Give me a call if you've got any more questions, okay?
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thanks, you
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.